let's just make sure on here that I'm Gooch, that I'm all Gucci. Okay, that one's up. And what about this one? Yep. Cool. So let's keep that open and tweet that. And come over here to announcements at everyone. Day 2, making a game about decolonization. Stream links above. Send now. Okay. So desu ne. I think we're good. Cool. So, last night, the last thing I was doing was working on this kid who wakes up. Let's just play test it. Actually, you know what? Let's get straight to work. Let's go Window, Package Manager, and always Unity Hub. Come on, Unity Hub. Sign out, sign back in, open Unity Hub. Okay, refreshing. And I want my sound solution. Master Audio AAA sound. I'm gonna go with the old one because I haven't used the new one yet. I'm a little afraid to do it. Okay, let's close that. I also got this fast pixelate thing for $5. URP supported pixelization post-processing, and I think it would be interesting to see how that can make this game look. So once this opens up, Okay, enable support for, okay, and don't need to show at start. Okay, let's open up. I don't know if the quick starts. Come on. Nope. Close. And then, what's the other thing I wanted? Pixelate. Download. And import. Import. See if this doesn't completely break my project. Okay. How does one use the pixelate filter? Find it first. Pixelate. If I select it and do that. Assets, fast mobile pixelate. Is that what it's really under? README. How to apply. I apply it to my camera. The material property. Okay. So I put the pixelate script on it. Let's get my camera. And then I want the pixelate material. Does it not render in, let's see. Huh. It doesn't render in Editor mode? Oh, it doesn't look like it's rendering at all. Let me see. Pause it. Don't maximize on play. Take the camera. Oh. No, still doesn't do anything. Oh, URP readme. Duh. Oh, there's a URP. Ah, I see. Stop this. This is a package. Did not realize. Import this package. Import. Then open settings, and I want to put the URP pipeline asset. Does that mean I just want to change this thing? Project settings. To that? Where's this one at? It's in settings. Oh. And then maybe import the package. URP pipeline asset. There we go. Should have just did that first. Okay. I don't really see how this is adjusting that though. Oh, there we go. Whoa, it's so crazy. Huh. Super blocky. Oh, shit. Okay. Let's take it up to like that, maybe? A little less than that. 0.001. Let's see how that feels. Whoa, what the fuck? Oh, because did it put a camera in here? What the fuck? Oh, there is something very strange happening there. This does not seem to be updating. Dang, it was like so close. Wow, it was so close. Why isn't this updating? That's so crazy. Huh, and then it lags all crazy like this. It makes me wonder if this thing requires it to be a little cranked up. I forget now where I fucking changed that thing. Shit. There we go. Does it need like a higher? Nope. Still doesn't do shit, huh? Crazy. Okay, so I'm gonna go to project settings. Zanyar Kamaran. What's up, bro? How's it going? I'm a little disappointed in this asset right now that it isn't as plug and play as I would have liked. And it sucks because things were actually looking okay with it. But I think what I gotta do is I think change this forward render. That's what I want. And then let's see if this, because if this still doesn't work, No, it does work now. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I guess I'm just not going to use that asset right now. Maybe I'll figure it out later. I should be on to more important things, but it just sucks because, like, I was really hoping to, like, beautify this stuff. To just add some flavor, because it's not super interesting to look at right now, and that's kind of a bummer. Yeah. You know what I might do though is just like some tiny tweaks in here is like, I know that in, for example, Untitled Goose Game, that the directional light, the shadows are super soft. They're like that. They're like hardly, you can hardly see them. It's like that. So I'll change it to 0.3, I guess. 0.2. 0.1. Let's do 0.1. The project is about instilling, decolonizing your kid. It's about instilling the culture into your child before it's too late and they're just completely Americanized and they have no connection to their heritage. So since I'm Mexican, that's the stuff, that's the culture that I'm going with. But also, yeah. So I have some mechanics in it right now. I guess I'll just, let's give it a little test-a-rooney. So right now, you can see the little clock in the corner. It's going. The kid's asleep, right? He's in his bedroom. He's asleep. And if I speed things up, he wakes up at 6 a.m. So 5, and then he's about to wake up. There he goes. And since we're not in the kitchen, he'll go to the kitchen himself, grab a pizza, put it in the microwave, and wait for the pizza to finish cooking. He cuts it really close. He comes over here, he sits, he eats it, and at 8 a.m., he has to go to school. So he goes, he leaves out the front door. And then, speed up time really quick. So at 16, which is 4 p.m., I think. Maybe at 3 p.m. Yeah, he comes home at 3 p.m. at 15. He comes home. Okay, and that's what I have so far. Well, actually, let's see. So in a little bit, he's going to have to go to bed as well. So at 21, which is 9 p.m., or is it? Yeah. And there he goes. Okay, so he goes to bed. And what can I do? So right now I can go to the fridge, take out a piece of cactus, put it on the cutting board, grab the knife, chop it up, grab the cactus, put it on the frying pan, let it cook. When it's done cooking, I can grab it, and then I could serve it up on here. And then in the morning, he'll come and eat that as well. So let's see, okay, so he comes and he eats that, and then he can go to school. Was that like that might have been a Twitch notification sound? I don't know what that was. I don't get notifications on here otherwise, right? Did something happen? So yeah, it doesn't seem terribly exciting yet. But it's well on its way. So I figured what could help this is why I was trying to do the pixelization stuff, is sprucing it up with some game feely bits, you know? So I think one of the first things I want to do is add sound effects. But let's see, let's make it so that when he comes home, he goes and he turns on the radio. So for example, let's come in here and create a window. Where is it? Dark Tonic, Master Audio. No, that's not it. Oh, here we go. Duh. Master Audio Manager. Okay, so we're going to create the Master Audio prefab. I think that's all I really need for right now. So, the Master Audio prefab, I have, let's see, we're going to make a new folder. Call this 04_audio. And then here, we're going to have a music folder. And then I have some radio sounds. I'm watching you with my friend. He says you're a brilliant, cool automation project. Thanks. I hope there's something a little bit more exciting soon. But I appreciate that. Let's see. Thank you. Let's put on these. So here's the radio sounds I have in here. So this is the American radio. So right, it's in English. Right, it's in English. It's poppy. It's modern. And then we have the radio in Spanish. This is supposed to be the Mexican tracks. Okay, so we have those two. And it'll be that when your kid wants to put on the radio, they usually put the American music on. So we're going to go to Master Audio, and we're going to drag in Radio English, and then Radio Spanish. Cool. And now we have those two in here, and that means we can grab this radio and add an FSM to it. And we want it to have, let's give it an initialize, but we'll also have it, I guess just one interact, right? So it's like if you interact with it, add transition, custom events, interact event. And when you interact with it, so we'll have this, we'll call this like standby. When you interact with it, that's when it'll change the station. So what I really wanted to do is just mute. So like it'll have both stations playing simultaneously, and when you interact with it, it's just swapping which one is being muted. That way you could switch back and forth without the song starting over again. So we'll call this change channels. And what it's going to do is, does Master Audio come with? Yeah, so I need to import Master Audio's actions. So it's in Master Audio PlayMaker actions and scenes. Third-party plugin integration. Is this a package? Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. This is it. I don't need any example scenes. Just give me the custom actions. Okay, import. Okay. So now we can do play Master Audio play sound. So actually we're going to put both of these in initialize. So we'll have two of them, and what they're going to play will be radio English and radio Spanish. All right, I think that's right. So they play those, use this location, attach to this game object, use fixed pitch, and yeah. I think that's all. Except one will be muted. So mute master audio group mute. Yeah. And I think by default, we will mute the Spanish one. Okay. And then when you change the channels, we're going to have a bool to string, and the bool variable will be English or Spanish, and the string variable will be master audio group underscore string, and the false string will be Spanish, and the true string will be English. And then you put in a bool flip. And you put in this group mute in here. Okay, and use that. So I think that should and then it needs to unmute too. Group, oh, toggle mute, that's what I want. Toggle the mute button. Yeah. Oh, I guess, huh. Let's try getting rid of these. Getting rid of those, and then just putting the toggle in here. That would be useful. If that just works by itself, that'd be cool. Let's find out. I've never used the toggle mute action. Okay, let's find out. Oh, and this also needs box collider. Or maybe let's give it a mesh collider. Yeah, I think that's fine. And let's do a next frame event. So waits there. Okay, and let's play it. Okay, it's playing the English song. If I interact with it, I think that works. It works. Okay, it goes back and forth between the okay. So here's the thing, is it currently changes which station it's on. But you can't turn it off, and it's kind of fucking annoying if it's gonna be super loud. So I guess I could just lower it, but it'd also just be annoying to not be able to turn it off. I'm gonna do a couple things. In master audio, let's go to this, and we're gonna change these volumes down to 0.5 and 0.5. And then we're also gonna go to master audio and say that advanced settings, we're going to use occlusion, and let's see if it applies to these already. Occlusion is on, okay. And I guess we need to make sure that occlusion use layer mask. So it's only going to account for, let's just say walls. So I'm going to make a new layer called walls, and I'm going to take our walls and put it on that layer. Okay, and that way master audio will only occlude sounds between walls. I think that's chill. Okay, let's try that out. Okay. Yep. Okay. Right, so it gets muffled when it's behind that wall. Okay. I still feel like it's really loud though. So what I'll do is in here, we'll change it to -10. -10. Does that work? I think that helps a little bit. Yeah, that's chill. Okay, cool. So we have some sounds in there now. The other thing that we need to work on is the kid should come home and play with the radio, right? So let's do that. Prefabs, kid. So the kid has his routines here. When they go to school, they come home, and then the thing I wasn't sure how to do, Crunchy Mind, hello, Crunchy Mind, how's it going? How are we doing so far? We're doing pretty good. So the kid will wake up and go to sleep on time. The kid will make breakfast for themselves if you don't. And if you do, they'll wait at the table until you serve them. And they'll go to school in the morning. They'll come home in the afternoon. And all those things work together. So they'll kind of just keep repeating those things. However, I'm in the middle of deciding what their little after-school routine should be like. If I should just have a really hard-coded routine, because like right here I put like, they come home, they put on the radio, do homework, watch TV, and eat dinner. Progress, good job, thank you. How's it going, Crunchy Mind? How you doing today? What are you up to? So I just don't know if I should hard code this routine from when they come home, or if I should make it somehow more modular. And I'm not really sure if one would be harder than the other, or cause more problems than the other. Oh God, my desk is so dusty. So what do? They come home. I guess it's fine. I'll just hard code it. They come home and then they put on the radio, and then they do homework, watch TV, eat dinner. So something that needs to be adjusted is like the time, the rate at which time flows. So in Game Manager, we're gonna go to time, and the minutes per second, I'm gonna change to 5, because I think that was a decent time. Let's see what happens really quick. I'm gonna press play. I just want to see how this feels if I make the kid. So the kid's gonna wake up right now. Also, I'm just gonna mute the audio. Okay. Okay, so the kid goes and makes a pizza. Oh, they're cutting it really close. Sits down, eats, and then they have about half an hour before they have to go to school again. Right, so, and there you go. I guess that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. So I want the kid to, when they come home, kid routine. Okay, so that's what I'll do. The school one will send an event called, it'll be broadcast all. It's a global event called kid routine space after school. So when this routine finishes, this school routine, which all that means is like they left and they came home. I'm just gonna send back to the top over here. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Okay. Same thing with eating. I need to have it repeat. So when they eat, it just stops here for now. So they interact with food, eat food, wait 3 seconds, and then you go here. So I think do they make breakfast 2 days in a row? Hold on, I need to do a test. So I want to see, let's see, let's just really fast forward through this. Whoa. Oh, no. Shit. Okay. And then they come home and they go to bed. Okay, and let's see if they wake up and go. Yep, they make breakfast and they go to school. Okay. Okay, and then you should wake up, make breakfast again. Yep, goes to school. This is really sad to watch. Comes home, goes to bed, wakes up, makes breakfast, goes to school. This is actually really funny. Oh, it's kind of fucked up. Goes to bed. That's hysterical. Okay, so he does his routine successfully, which means that we can get into the next routine. So his after school thing, we're gonna go add a global transition, custom events, kid routine, after school. Do you own any game or app in the App Store or Play Store? No, I don't actually. 2023 might be the year that I make my first submission to one of those, though. Our PlayMaker's mobile tutorials are long overdue. Yeah. Do you? Are you developing mobile stuff? So we have an init here. And then the routine after school starts with what? I think this is like go to radio. So we'll do destination as game object, and it'll be the, let's call this kid root, and we'll go to edit the variable, put that in there. Okay, and the destination will be the radio. That means over here, we're going to want a find game object by name, radio, tagged as main scene game object, storing it as radio. Okay, and then we're going to have distance. Yeah, let's just do get distance. We're going to get the distance between the kid root and the radio and store the result as distance. And then we'll do a float compare that checks the distance against, let's call it 2. And that's going to be running every frame. And if it's equal or less than, then we'll go next. Equal or less than. Okay, that might have to be adjusted. So when they get there, they will turn on the radio. Ryan Mulvaney says, shout out to you, man. Your videos have helped a lot with my trading card game project, especially the videos about arrays. Oh, right on. Very glad to hear that. And thanks for letting me know. That feels nice. Thanks. Yeah, whatever you're working on, be sure to share it in the Discord, the work in progress channel. I like seeing what people have going on. So we want to send an event now. How's it going? You working on that right now, or what's going on? Where's that at? We're going to send this to the game object radio. The event we're sending is, I want to say, just an interact event. I think that's what the kid does, right? There has to be a fucking way to turn this thing off, though. Or maybe not. No. Maybe not. Maybe you just let it play. There has to be some logic in it. Okay, I'm just going to have him send an interact event. But the thing is, he has to know which song is playing. So let's go back to the radio, because the kid's going to want to listen to... Let's actually write out the logic. Okay, so we'll write down... So this is kid and radio. Sorry, I can't see my keyboard. Yeah, fix this. Kid and radio logic. Okay, so what we want for this, let's do a little bigger so we can see, right? The kid and radio logic says, let's see, that one kid turns on the radio, right? He wants to listen to the radio. Then if checks which station. So that's if American music, and then if Mexican music. Okay. So if it's American music, then oops. I don't know what's been up with this camera, why it keeps auto shutting off. It's fine though, right? There we go. So if American music, then change to... No. If American music, there's a few things that can happen here. I think it's change to... No. Keep it, right? That's what the kid wants. If Mexican music, change it to American. But when the radio is on, we have similar logic here. If American music, when the radio is on, And this is interesting logic. Because here's the thing is that you as the parent can... I want to add this feature where you could throw your sandal at them, your chanclas. So if you throw the chancla at them while it's on American music, that should be their cue to change it to Mexican music. But I also want it to... maybe there's no talking to your kid in the game. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out how I want to balance throwing the chancla versus actually talking to your kid. I think throwing the chancla is funnier and more fun because you could do it from across the room and it's more gamey. It's just fun. It's just more exciting than choosing a dialogue option, I think. But there are interesting things with the dialogue options for other things. See, like over here, I had dialogue options saying like, if you tell your kid to speak in Spanish, there's two different sets of points you can get based off of which language you even say that in. So if you say en español, then you get 100 points because you're speaking in Spanish, saying in Spanish. But if you say in Spanish, like in those English words, then you only get half the points, because even though that's what you're telling your kid to do, you're sort of reinforcing something that's in English. So maybe that's a little too heady, but I kind of like that. So I think maybe these other options could be reserved for when you're speaking to somebody else. So I kind of think maybe the move is to throw chanclas. Frank Reynolds, how's it going? How's it going, Frank? I think I'm about to model a sandal. Yeah, let's open up Blender really quick and model one chancla. Let's see. Yeah, pretty standard. Let's go with... I don't know if I should go with the slipper that's like cozy slipper or the slipper that just has the like the thong strap on. It's probably this one, right? That's probably the move. Okay, so let's go with these. And let's just change this to that. And we're gonna go Shift A, mesh, cube, and we'll flatten it down a little bit, stretch it out a little bit, and I guess the move is to kind of like, we have a segment up here, a segment right here, a segment right here, a segment right here, and a segment right here. And then you take this one and you scale on Y like that, and you GY like that, and then you take this one and you scale on, wait. You scale down like that. Oh wait, no. You scale out like that. And then that one comes in at the bottom, and then this one comes out again. So I can even scale this one in more. This one out more like that. And then trying to find like a good angle to, definitely want it to be like, okay. Z is this way. Okay. Scale on Y a little bit. I think maybe this one isn't even scaling on Y so much as it's like moving it over to the side, and then this gets scaled in a lot, like that, and like this. And then let's bang out some of these shapes too. So this all kind of goes to the side like that. And this should maybe I guess I could just do one of these. Save it to my desktop. There we go. Right. $90, 0, 0. Okay. Should have that, huh? A long time ago. Oops. Oh yeah, the chanclas. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, this feels really silly doing this right now. This feels so silly doing this. How's it going, Laker Mouse? How you doing today? So I think the next move is to sort of bevel some of these out. Like that. It's okay. That turned out all right. Okay, that turned out all right. Looking okay. Looking okay. All right, look at us, look at us. I feel like you could take these, go like that, maybe this. Like that. Like that. Oh yeah, looking real nice. Wow, cool. Super enjoyed catching up on the buffer last night. I hope you had a good rest. Thanks, and yeah, glad there was some something of intrigue there. There's some interesting bits in developing all this. It's been pretty cool, like zipping through really simple AI, and yeah, I am taking some pleasure in kind of like just getting real silly with it. And yeah, I did get some good rest. Thanks. It was hard to fall asleep at first. I was a little wired, but overall, when I did finally fall asleep, it was chill. Oops, shit. Wait, what the fuck? Okay, yeah. Okay, I think that looks good. There we go. One chancla. So I just need those straps on here now. Which I think what I'll do is I'll hide this and then I'll make another cube and put it like right here. Scale, oh, nope. Scale it down like that. Okay. And then maybe like, it's kind of hard to do this, but let's see. Like this. And then scale on Z like that. Yeah, I think that's the move. And then I could take this. And extrude out like right here. Okay, rotate on Z. Yeah. Ooh, that's kind of interesting. As to like, I don't know if I'm gonna go that crazy. You know what it is? It's not three-dimensional. It should basically just be these top faces. Split. Yeah. And then get rid of these. Yeah, there we go. That's how it is. Decided to keep the tank low poly. There are just way too many parts to model if I go for photorealism, and I'm just not up for that. Yeah. A low poly, like, you know what this kind of reminds me of? I'll just mention this really quick. So, let me see. I guess I can go on like full screening for this. Just webcam? Yeah. So there's this. This is a really cool book I have. It is The Art of Metal Slug. So in it, you're just making me think like, these are pretty detailed. like they're pretty detailed, all things considered, but they're not realistic, right? Like they're super cartoony, and like look at this one especially, right? It's just line art. It's really simple line art. But it's more about like the design of the thing, not necessarily like the detail of it. It's kind of funny because when people talk about Metal Slug, they do kind of usually talk about how detail oriented the art style is. I'm trying to find some big pixel art ones. But like when you really kind of are like all things considered, it's there's sort of a lack of detail. TBH. Oh, here we go. Wait, that's not, no. Yeah, like look at this tank. Perfect. This is the one I was thinking of. Let me move my soda before I spill everything. This tank up here, at the top right or top left for you guys, I think, right? Yeah, top left. There is detail in it, but there's something really nice about just the shape of it. I guess I could do this too. Yeah. It's kind of like, it's a real chunky boy. It's made of simple shapes. And then I think the point that can be really driven home is if you ever take a look at the 3D ones, they made like 3D Metal Slugs. And I think that drives the home point, the point home even more. Frankie doing World War I. Pardon if I lurked the wrong info from yesterday. Okay, so let's see. Let's get this chunk all sorted. Oh shit. This feels difficult. Maybe I could try doing the shape of it while I actually go along. So let's go GZ like this. Okay, and it's going to okay, so this, it goes down, and then it goes up like this, but then it kind of rotates like this, and so does this. Rotate on Z. Okay, it's like it turns that way. It should turn even more. But that's gonna break the shit out of those fucking polys. Yeah, I feel like that helps. Oh, man. I'm not doing this right. Fuck. Maybe the easier way would be to not include the twist. So I could just go like this. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna have to ship it. Yeah, let's go with the next part. Or could I can I copy this, Shift D, right click, scale on fuck, X, yeah, -1, and then GX like that, scale on X like this, like that. Does that kind of work? I think it does. There we go. And then it's Alt H. Okay. Cool. I think that's totally a viable chancla. Okay, so chancla strap, chancla base, and then you do Shift S2, Shift A, and empty arrows, call it chancla. You put both of these in there. Okay, and then you select hierarchy. No, that's fine. And this is a reference. Okay, and then we save this in this as okay. Try bringing in a cube, go into edit mode and grab the top face, bring it up and rotate the top face to create a twist. Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, I'm already here. I'm done, but I should have looked at chat sooner. Thanks. Okay, so let's bring in this. It's probably going to be huge right now. Let's see how massive this is. Yep, it's a giant chancla. So let's hide that. Take this. Or actually, we just want these parts. Tab A, scale, like that. How's that work? That's a pretty good size. It's a little big, maybe. Let's maybe make this a little bit smaller. Right there. Cool. Okay. And then what we'll do is make it a prefab. Again, you'd still need to add the segments so you can arc it. Yeah, I mean, I kind of see what you're saying though. Is like if I was using a cube, like if I had like a thick thing, then I could just like, yeah, I could just twist the top faces and then do loop cuts to give me that same. Yeah, that would have been a good move. Let's put it in here. Original prefab. The original prefab. Kid's got some stomper on him. Okay, so these are kind of thick. Well, fuck it. So actually, there we go. Or maybe just a little thicker. Okay. Gorman Studios. Haven't seen Gorman Studios in a while. Well, what's the crack, lads? Long time no see. Long time no see indeed. Just finished modeling up this chancla. Gonna put some materials on it right now. Let's call this chancla and put it on this and on this, and we'll change it to like pink or something. Yeah. And we're also going to change it to be double-sided. Both. There we go. So you can see the straps on both sides. Cool, cool, cool. In fact, actually, let's do chancla 2. We'll have a different color. Should be this or this? That one, huh? Yeah. Or wait, or should it be this? I like that one. Okay. Cool. Here it is. We're gonna add a component to it. Actually, this is the base of it, right? So, let's add a mesh collider here. Well, could be helpful to just put a box collider over the whole thing, make it a little bit bigger. Where is it? Usually it encompasses everything that you have in here. You know what? I wonder if it's because the immediate children. No. That's kind of crazy. Fuck it. I'll just do it by hand. Box collider. But where is it? Ah. This. Boom. Boom. Okay, that's pretty good. Nice. Cool. Save it. Put a solidify modifier on the strap, make it a little thicker. I do like the single-sided. So here's the thing: is the whole aesthetic. I am trying to go for the where is it? Do I even have it in here anymore? I have Untitled Goose Game here, so that's like one reference, but the other one was Katsumari Damacy. You know, this kind of deal. I want some bigger screenshots. Yeah, look at that. So good. But there's a lot of that single poly thing to suggest, you know, like look at this little table. That's just one poly all around. That's so funny. Or I mean, yeah, you know what I mean. Single-sided. But the thing that I am trying to do was give the collider some thickness, so when the player throws it, it's a little. Let's put a rigid body on it. it's a little more forgiving about what your aim is like. So let's just add the feature of throwing chunklas right now, because I kind of need something to get my blood flowing. We're gonna add a new FSM, and we'll call this throw chunklas. Okay, and you're just gonna have infinite chunklas to throw. So it'll be that it'll look for an input. I think the input should be right click. So we'll do a get button down for fire 2, and it'll fire off next when you do. So we'll say this is standby. And then we'll have a create object, and it'll create our prefabs chunkla. Okay, we're going to store this as chunkla, and then we're going to I guess spawn from the object holder. Spawn point. Yeah, object holder, I guess. We'll see. There might be some conflict if like you're holding something, you know, might bump into things, but maybe we could change that with layers. So you create the chunkla, and then you do an add force, and then you add it to the chunkla, and it's world force, but it's an impulse, and the vector optionally. I don't remember if this is supposed to be the direction that you're shooting it in. So I think what you do is you get like transform direction, right? Transforms the game's object local space to world space. Yeah. So you get this, but you get it from the main camera. +1z. Store the result in throw direction. But let's change this to maybe do like a vector multiply, and we multiply it by throw strength, and let's make that an input so we can just change things on the fly. Let's make it 10 for now. And then, yeah, that's all it does. And then we'll put like a next frame bit on here. Okay, throw chunkla. Let's see if this works. I want to see what's happening. Oh, you know what might be happening? Why is object holder over there? Wait. I'm so confused. Yeah, object holder. Huh. It's not applying much force to it either. Look at those chunklas stacking up. What am I doing wrong? First of all, let's get rid of this one in the scene. And then I create it. I add force to it. Oh, I never put the force on it. Here we go. Throw direction. Duh. But also the spawn point feels wrong. Oh, it's because it's inside, maybe? So maybe it should be the camera position plus half a unit. So maybe what we do is we get position from the camera, and we store it in a new variable called cam position. But it should be, oh, is that why? No, okay. And it's in local space or self space. And then you do vector add, vector 3 add. So we're adding to camera position. On its forward Z, we'll add 1. And I think that's kind of it. So when we throw it, we're not throwing it at a spawn. We're not, or I'm sorry, when we spawn it, we're not spawning it there. We're spawning at a position, the cam position. Let's see if this helps. I missed last night's stream. What's the theme of this game? So the theme of this game is to, it's called Decolonizer, and it's about making sure that your kid, oh, look, it kind of works now. Look at that. I just need to change. Oh, it's always, huh. I don't know. It's always shooting from there. Is that like doing a world position? Let me try something. Oh, so the theme of the game or the theme of the jam is roots. And so for the game, it's about making sure that your kid consumes as much Mexican culture as possible and trying to completely wash out all the American culture that they're consuming. Yeah, this comes from somebody who didn't have as much Mexican culture as I would have liked. Now as an adult looking back at it, how Americanized I am, which, you know, I am who I am, whatever, but like, you know, I feel like I'm making up for lost time now, like learning a lot about my heritage. And so this game's about like aggressively moving in the other direction. Yeah, it's weird because the position, I think this is, if a spawn point is defined, this is used as a local offset. Oh, dude, so you could just do 1 and then put the camera here and use this as an offset. This kind of works, but why is, wait, where the fuck? It's like, it's always like behind it though. Did I put on X? I meant to do Z. What if, 1? Why does this feel wrong? Main camera, 0.5? Oh, da 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 da. Look. I bet you this shit was working a long time ago. But look, bro. Fucking got 0 out the prefab. My guy. Look at this shit. So like 3D object cube. Okay. And then you gotta put these shits. Look how far they are. It's because of all that fucking, yeah, here we go. I knew something fucking didn't feel right. Like that. Okay, the cube. Okay, that means I have to edit this again. Box collider. And that's also why the collider was being funky. I forgot just like the origin point. It gets all screwy. If you're not paying attention, you know. Cool. So this should work. Let's throw some fucking chunkless. Oh, we should add some rotational velocity. Yeah, look at that shit. Woo! I still feel like it's no, it's definitely still off to the side. What the fuck? So when I'm over here, it lines up nice. And then as I get over here, actually, it's still nice. As I turn, it changes. Yeah. Something about me turning. So there's still some type of weird world space thing. You know, it's like if I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing, because like in my head I'm trying to like problem solve some technical shit, but then like in reality what I'm doing is I'm filling a room full of chanclas. But yeah, I don't god, that's annoying, because I don't know why this changes depending on which direction I'm facing. Because the camera is the same. I don't know why that would make a difference. Oh, dude, it's a world space offset. That's why. So in here, this position offset is not local. So I should still not use this and not use this. In the beginning, I get the main camera in self space. Why am I having a hard time figuring this out? This is usually a pretty easy, straightforward. I mean, I guess what I could do is just 3D object cube, shrink it, move it in front of me, like right here, and then move box glider, turn that off, and call this the chancla spawner. So don't need none of this. And then in here, spawn point will just be the chancla spawner. Okay, that should work, right? Yeah, I don't know why I didn't just do that first. Cool. So the other thing, I just want to add a little panache to it. We'll set a random rotation on it. And then we'll also we'll get rotational velocity. What is it again? Angular velocity, sorry. Set angular velocity. Okay. Set angular velocity right after we do that to the chancla. And can I just random vector 3. Those are like Twitch sounds, right? Is that what that is? If somebody in the chat did something to make that sound, let me know, because I haven't had the time to really like sit down and sort that out yet to figure out what that was, because that keeps happening. Seed. Okay, random unit sphere radius, right? Okay, option inside sphere, store result, random v3, and Bishka says that was me following you on Twitch. Okay, right on. So it is a follow. So whoever followed me over the last day, I appreciate it. Didn't realize that that's what it was. And Bishka, thanks for the follow. Okay, so we have a random v3, and we're going to use that for the angular velocity, space, self. Cool. Let's see if this makes our chancla spin around when we throw them. I can't tell if they're spinning. Let's do this 5, or let's do 25. There we go. Okay, so that at least... Yeah, okay. So they should despawn after. Like, it is funny seeing them, you know, like just stack up around this place, but they should despawn. So what I'll do is go to the chancla and add an FSM and do a destroy self after, I don't know, 10 seconds or 5 seconds. Yeah. Cool. So we could throw them, and that changes how our kid does things. So when the kid turns on the radio, if it's American music, they keep it. If it's Mexican music, they change it to American. But the thing is, if the radio is on and you throw a chancla at them, this is where it gets kind of weird, because it's like, I don't even know as a human how I would interpret this, where, like, you know, if you were sitting there and you were listening to the radio and it was an American radio station and your parents preferred that you listen to Mexican radio stations, and they'll throw their sandal at you if you don't change the radio station back to something Mexican, right? So they'll throw the sandal at you and you go, oh, I guess I should change the radio station, right? That's straightforward enough. But if your parents also don't like when you're doing something else, that they would throw the chancla at you for, like, you know, it's like, I guess you change, like, I guess so the example is that if you're on the phone and you're speaking English to your relative from Mexico, and your parent would throw their sandal at you for speaking English, so they throw their sandal at you, and then you stop speaking English and you start speaking Spanish, right? That's kind of like, oh, okay, I understood that. They threw the sandal at me because I was speaking English, so I should speak Spanish now. But if the radio was playing American music while you were on the phone, then you don't go and change the radio. You change which language you're speaking. So you'd have to throw another chancla to to make them go change the radio. So that means that there's like a list. There's sort of like there's a priority, an order of like an order of operations, so that everything wrong, you speaking English, the radio playing American music, or even you cooking, you know, a microwavable pizza instead of like making traditional food, should get put in a list. And the one at the very top is the thing that you're doing at that moment. And the other ones are in like no particular order. The question is, how do you put those things on a list? How do you make a list of things that are currently incorrect? So, things that can be incorrect. One is speaking English. 2 is playing American music. 3 is making American, or just, you know, making frozen foods. Right? Let's just say those are the ones. I need one more just to kind of. That is kind of it, huh? Let's just say those are the 3 then. Yo, Mr. Hot Sauce himself, Andres, what's going on? How we doing? I'm doing okay. I'm hitting some interesting points now with how to make considerations about like my fictional my fictional parent throwing chanclas at me. I don't know if, let me see. I kind of feel like this isn't enough. Do you want to see? You want to see what we have so far? So, so we have our kid here. This is the kid. We're a single parent, presumably. And it's midnight, and here's our kitchen, and radio, some book for our kid to do his homework or their homework, microwave, stovetop, and so we can come to the fridge, we can get some cactus, put the cactus here, grab the knife, chop it up, put it in the pan, cook it up, and when it's ready, we can serve it over here. So at 6 a.m., and just fast forward a little bit. Okay, he wakes up and he'll come to the kitchen. As long as I'm in the kitchen, he'll eat the food that I've prepared for him, right? If I wasn't in the kitchen, he would have went to make a pizza himself, a microwavable pizza. Okay, but at 8 a.m., okay, he gets up and he goes to school. Okay, then he comes back later, which is around, what time is it, 1500? Okay, comes home, right? And then he kind of repeats the process. So he goes to bed around 2100, which is 9 p.m., right? Oops, sorry, I was fast forwarding too much, but there he is in bed. And he'll kind of just keep repeating that process, which is really funny when you stand right here and you like super fast forward it, because you'll see he wakes up, makes his pizza, goes to school. And then he comes home, and then he goes to bed, and then he wakes up, makes his pizza, and then goes to school. It all happens so fast you can't even see it sometimes. But yeah, so he makes his own pizza if you're not cooking for him. So there is one tiny little glitch where it's like if you made food for him but you're not in the kitchen, he'll still make a pizza. So I need to make it so that he recognizes that there's food on the plate too. And then also I have this now, so you could throw chanclas at him. They don't really do anything yet, but yeah, I'm gonna make it so that like he changes his behaviors when you throw your chanclas at him. Okay, and that's what we have so far. Oh, and I guess also there's a radio that plays. So right now it's playing this like American pop music in English. but you could change it. You could change it to the Spanish music, to this little Mexican track. I put some occlusion on here, so it's like all muffled. I don't know how well the audio comes through in here. How many more hours do you have? You know, it ends tomorrow. I'm not sure. I haven't checked the time exactly. I thought it might have even ended today. Like there's some weird, like you have to submit early kind of thing. I'm not really stressing about it too much. I just personally want to finish this thing tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'll meet the deadline. I'm going to try to. But yeah, you could change this radio back and forth. Yeah, what I need to change is make the radio so that it only plays the song once and then turns off. Because, you know, I'm not trying to make it super realistic or anything. I just need a reason for I just need a reason to like make a little kid change the radio. Yeah, so what is next actually? Oh right, I was sorting out the logic for how your kid should change the station. So I guess first and foremost, your kid wants to come home and turn on the radio. So let's go inside and go to the after school. Let's put after school up here at the top. Okay, so the after school routine is that they come home. Oh, they didn't do that, right? Oh, because here's the problem. The radio needs to be tagged as a main scene game object. Okay, so now the kid should come home, go to the radio, and then when I get to it, they send an interact event to it. So what that means is that the radio by default should be off. And we're just gonna mute both of these. The English one and the Spanish one. Actually, that's not true. One second. I guess I should do this just for anybody that time is it? 1:08 1:09 p.m. View zoom. Okay, nice. Boom. Okay, be right back. All right. So, I was gonna grab caffeine, but decided to go for the cookie instead. Okay. Oh man. These are good. So, So here Abis says, it's been a while since I watched your streams, been busy lately, but I spent this evening watching your recent videos. Memories of a Spy is really is going so far. I'm really impressed. Thank you. Yeah, it's come a long way, right? Yeah, thanks for saying that. In 2023, there's, I don't know how many times I've said this. Somebody go ahead and clip every time I've said this. It's probably only been once or twice before, but 2023 is going to be the year. that you'll be able to play it. Because it's really fucking close. I have a lot of like really fundamental shit finally done. So a lot of it now is just about content creation. I mean, there's still a lot of logic I have to sort out in systems I haven't built. But I have a roadmap that you'll see sometime this month, actually. Yeah, this month I'm going to be sorting out a regular streaming schedule for Members of a Spy. Not sure how many of those streams are going to be public, and some of the streams might be private. But there will be regular, smaller devlogs that are sort of compilations of streams and stuff. But anyways, yeah, thanks for swinging by. And yeah, I feel bad for not streaming for a while, because there's people who I watch and I get kind of bummed out when it's not an upload in a long time. Now it's like I'm that guy. Okay. Happy to hear this. We're finally getting a chance to see all this get into one final amazing piece. Oh man. Knock on wood though, knock on wood. We'll see how amazing it is. It's really fun. It's really fucking cool. There's some really cool things. I'm having a really good time. I haven't really worked on Memories of Spy for like the last couple months, but where it was last, stuff I haven't shared yet, was really, really fucking cool. So yeah, I'm excited. But this shouldn't play by default. We should make it so that on standby, let's take these out, put them over here. Standby is still this, but the interact event will go here. We'll call this standby off, or we'll call this off. Okay, and then this is on, and then we need another transition for interact event. But actually this needs a buffer. This will have a next frame event buffer. Okay, buffer 1. So this is off, we'll have it red, on is green, and then when it's on, change channels will be yellow, set color yellow, and when that's finished it just comes back to on. So the radio can only be turned on and then have the channels changed, but you can't turn it off, which is kind of weird, but fuck it. So let's just make sure that this kid is turning on the radio when he gets home. He sends an interact event. That's all it needs to happen. Okay, let's press play. Oops. Let's just 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, he eats, then he leaves, and then at 15 he comes home. Okay, he turned it on way too far away from the actual thing. So where's the kid at? Whoa. Oh, he didn't despawn, or he didn't unparent himself from the... Okay. So go to radio. Ah. Okay, see, this is kid root and kid root. I hope That's actually, yes, okay. Get distance between kid root and radio. There we go. But also, when he goes to school and he comes home, he needs to set parent to nothing. Kid root sets it to nothing. And then he sets him there. Okay, cool. Now let's see. Oops. Okay, goes to school. And comes home. He's not going to the radio, though. At least he's not there anymore. Okay, kid to radio. Oh, well, is his nav mesh agent is not on. Okay. Lock this. Excuse me. And make sure that we set his nav mesh agent to enabled. Cool. Now that's got to work. Okay, so he'll come home. Okay, turns on the radio. That's it. Okay. Successful. So now that he turns on the radio, what does he do? He does homework. Okay. So let's see what we need for homework. We have this book here. I'm trying to figure out how to organize. Like, do I just put another chair over here? And that's the chair for studying homework? Or do I have him go to the same chair, but he puts his book there instead? What are you gonna do, kid? Dude, I wish that pixelization filter worked. It's kind of a bummer. Are there any other cool... I kind of need something to spice this up for me right now. Or I guess I could just look at this, like Katamari inspiration. You know, and the thing about Untitled Goose Game is, like, it's not just the shaders, you know, it's literally that, like, the models I'm doing. So this one person did, look at this, right here. This Bin Culture Games did this cool little kid model, which I think is great. They said they made this, and it's all rigged up and ready for Unity. I think it's fucking great. The only problem I have with this is that, like, he has legs, you know? I guess he doesn't need to move them. But it's just, it implies so much more about, like, starting animations and stuff like that. But I wish there was a simpler solution to sprucing up this scene a little bit. I would have to color shit. I'm overthinking things. I need to just stay on task. All right. Let's check the asset store really quick. Let's call this URP post. processing. Nah, nothing really stood out to me in that one. Okay. So kid comes home, does that, and then works on his homework. When he works on his homework, we can just have him... Maybe we can make a little couch over here that he sits on to study. Or do I make another chair? I feel like another chair isn't too bad of a solution. The problem is that, like, I would have to make it the chair and the study chair. What is a child of this? Sitting position? Okay, let's just do it. Fuck it. Okay, put it over here. Spin it around. Okay. Scooch it in a tiny bit. All right, and we're gonna call this the study chair. I'm gonna put this next to just normal chair. And yeah, the radio can go right here, and then the book to study can go like right there. The thing is, I haven't quite sorted out like what that means to see, do homework, read book, write letter to family member, talk to family on the phone. Maybe they don't. I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, if they are reading a book, is it that if they're reading in English, you pick it up and you throw it out and, like, you flush it down the toilet and do all that shit? But you can replace it with a book in Spanish? Or should he just come home and talk to the family? Because I feel more like there's something cool about the idea of, like, picking up a book and throwing it and burning it and flushing it down the toilet and stuff. But then I think there's something more mechanically interesting about throwing a chancla at a kid who's speaking English to his family who speaks Spanish. So, does the kid come home and talk on the phone? What's the game about? That way we can ayudar. You can ayudar by telling me what sounds more fun to you. So the game is about you being a parent, and your kid partakes in all these little activities that are either sort of like around speaking, reading, writing English, partaking in American culture, and that's kind of like what your kid does by default. And then you as the parent can take those things away from them and like throw them in the trash, break them, whatever, but replace them with Spanish speaking, Mexican culture. And so the more you take away that American shit from your kid, the more points you get. The more you replace it with Mexican culture, you get even more points. And when you let your kid do those other things, you get docked points. So, like, for example, if you sit there and let your kid listen to the radio playing in English, like playing American pop music, like every 5 seconds that goes by, you lose like 10 points. So it's like you have to change the station to some Spanish-speaking Mexican music, and that will put you back on the up, where it's like you're getting 50 points for playing that music. So right now, what I'm just wondering is like, I have so many of these notes written down for like all the different directions it can go in, and I'm trying to sort of distill them down into like, yeah, I guess I'm just trying to find out which ones sound more interesting to me right now. Which things I haven't implemented yet that sound more interesting. We do have the radio. The points and all that stuff hasn't been sorted out for it yet, but I'm not too worried about that. So I'm kind of wondering, like right now, do I want to do the thing where he's on the phone with his family? And it's like you have to throw the chancla at him when he's not speaking Spanish to them because he wants to speak English to them? Or do we do the stuff where it's like, because there's other little things where it's like not even just the behaviors of the kid I was thinking about before. Like originally this game I was like, oh, it'd be a little town and you're supposed to knock down the statues that are like dedicated to some like, just some American dude, and erect something that is, you're kind of like replacing the whole culture as opposed to what's happening in a little house. And now that it's in a little house, I did that to make it easier for myself, but I also find myself having fewer options of like what can be representative of those cultures. So it's kind of like I could make it that like you tear down an American flag in your house and replace it with a little Mexican flag. But I don't know. That part doesn't necessarily excite me. That's why. So as per usual, I'm in the middle of making a fucking game, and the thing that really starts to slow me down is a design philosophy problem. Maybe like flags could be the house version of status, like decorative flags. Oh shoot, yeah, we thought the same. Yeah. Oh yes, we did. yeah. Right, it's like the flags. I guess, I mean, flags could be a thing. It's like maybe maybe there's like a bunch of them. Maybe there's like little ones and maybe there's like a big one on the wall. And then you have to put up the other ones. The thing is too is like, okay, so let's say the flags one is an okay one. Let's just stick with that. But I'm also trying to figure out like what could the kid be doing? How do we integrate this more with the kid? Because originally I was just going to have it that like things sort of magically change, and I'm still kind of down with that, right? Where it's just like, oh, the walls start magically getting like little American flags on them and you have to like, tear them down, almost like a growth, they're like your house is being infected by this growth, and you have to like tear things down and replace it with whatever the opposite is. But that means like the house is a character and it's all sort of magically happening. And the thing I'm wrestling with right now is like, how how do I make it more about the kid, the little NPC I'm designing? Because so much of the work has already been put into the kid. And I think that's like the most interesting part anyway, is like your relationship with the kid. That is the focus, right? It's about making sure that the kid comes out with that heritage instilled in them. So I'm trying to figure out, like, how do you make it so that the battle with the home of tearing down flags or replacing things is actually a battle between you and the kid. Like, do you have the kid be the one that hangs up things? The kid can have decoration in his room of Dwayne Johnson. Oh, I like that. Where it's like the kid has American celebrities on posters in the room. For Mexican houses, I imagine corner with the the Virgin Mary, where the grandmas pray to. Stuff like that. Right. But I do like the celebrity one, and the parent is like, "No, that decoration is not dope. Use the Virgin to protect you," or posters of mariachis instead of USA Sports. Right. Right. Okay. See, this is exactly the kind of thing where it's like, oh, posters of somebody. Okay, let's write some notes. Thank you. Those are some good directions. So things to fight over, right? One is the American celebrities on posters in kids' room versus Mexican celebrities, or Virgin Mary. Trying to think what else. Oh, the flags, right? So it's like American flags. So it's like big, all sizes, right? Versus Mexican flags. Yeah, I guess. Okay. This makes me feel a little bit more confident about heading in this direction. Oh, this is what the menu should have been. Hanging American posters. American flags. Yeah. Okay. I guess you could just have the kid be like super like patriotic. You can have the little kid be the one that's hanging up the American flags too. Okay. I think that actually helps solve the problem with the homework thing. Because before I was like, I wasn't sure how to divvy up like all these little activities. Because he comes home, he puts on the radio, does homework, watches TV, eats dinner. Then he might read a book, write a little letter to the family in Mexico, or talk to the family on the phone. And it's just like there's all this like variety of things to do, but I wasn't really sure how to like make it so you're not just chasing him doing the same thing, that he'd take little breaks. And I think the answer to that is that you have American celebrities hanging American. Let me put this over here. Celebrities, and then get rid of it from here. You have him, so he like we'll call this the after school routine. And what happens first is he starts reading, right? Studying, whatever. So this is inconsequential. This is just a buffer. Doesn't matter what he's reading. Maybe we can make it matter later. Like if it's in English or Spanish, whatever. But then he takes breaks from reading to change the house, right? So that's hanging American celebrity posters, hanging American flags, playing American music on radio. Yeah, I think those are kind of the things he'll run around doing. So that helps divvy it up, because I was like, I'm not really sure how to make it so like you're not just So I think he has like his buffer activity, right? But it can also be talking on the phone with family. So these pieces are finally starting to fit together. This kind of starts making sense. Yeah, because then it gives you something to balance. Because on one hand, it's like your kid's either speaking English to the family when you don't want him to, because you're too busy taking care of changing all the posters and flags and shit, or you go and stop him, but then your house is slowly becoming like a monument to America. Okay, so I think that makes sense. Oh boy. Okay. So let's have, what we need to do is, I'm gonna get rid of these Chancla pictures. What else? I'm gonna close some stuff out. Close that out. And we're going to save this. Okay, and we'll create a cube, and then we'll save as phone. Yeah. So I think what we do is it's phone or laptop. Let's make it a phone. Okay. Let's zero this out. Okay. Like that. Like this. Like that. What do phones look like? Like that. Like this, and then oh, I should not do that until after. There we go. Okay, take this, extrude inner like that. That'll be the phone. Okay. So what we need to do is, you know what? I think it's about time I put some textures on things. Let's open up Photoshop. That's been the big thing that's bugging me out, is like being able to walk around this environment and like all this gray shit is like kind of a bummer. Cool. And the textures are just going to be 1500 or 1000 by 1000. Okay. And let's get what does a FaceTime call look like? Okay. This makes me wonder. Ah, fuck it. Go to UV editing. And we'll go UV cube project, and then UV export UV layout. I'm just gonna go to desktop really quick. I just want to make sure I'm doing this right. Yeah, okay. So then I could bring that into Photoshop like this. Okay. And take this image. Okay. And just kind of, yeah, that's good. Go like this. Okay. Like that. Why don't you have courses on Udemy? So Udemy takes like a huge cut of the profit. Udemy takes like 30% or something crazy. And I do realize that like they're a large platform, and you know what they have to offer as far as like getting eyes on your course goes, like that's like really valuable in a lot of ways. But yeah, I just kind of, I don't know. I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking if there's like a different type of course that I would be comfortable with doing like some test runs on Udemy, because I might be leaving a lot of money on the table that way. But also it's just like, it's not something I like to support. I even feel kind of sometimes that way about Steam, considering how the Epic Store has been treating its, whatchamacallits, it's, you know, game devs who are putting games on their marketplace. So yeah. Oops. Udemy also gives you a new audience. Did you see how Gumroad is increasing their feed? I didn't see that Gumroad is increasing their feed. No, holy shit. But yeah, that's that's kind of the main point that I was always kind of like giving Udemy, which was that like, you know, the marketplace is definitely much bigger. So yeah, I've been kind of thinking about it. Gumroad's been doing pretty good for me. I think eventually somewhere down the line I'd be down to like kind of like share sales figures and kind of what I've done with it and like how it's helped me and yeah, just what I've learned and stuff. That could be kind of cool. I feel like these should also have a lower opacity. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Yeah. Or let's just turn them off like that. Save. Images or yes, no, yeah, images. Texture. Phone interface. What I want to do is get rid of that and then put on maybe a very dark gray. Let's see. Gumroad is now 10% flat for everyone, no matter how much or little you sell. Is that? Oh, okay. I thought that that's what I was paying to begin with. I don't know when that happened, but I was under the impression I was paying 10% anyway. I moved the hot sauce from Gumroad to Shopify. Shopify is something I've been hearing about too. I don't know what their digital product marketplace stuff looks like, but yeah, I've kind of been hearing about it. I've been curious. You have great teaching techniques. Thank you. You should publish academic courses on Udemy. We'll see. I definitely want to try some new things this year. Maybe Udemy's on there, maybe Shopify's on there. We'll see. Oops. Okay, I think this is the move. Export. Documents, GitHub, decolonizer, assets, 05 _ images. Actually, I'm not even sure I'm going to use that. Yeah, okay. Well, assets, models, materials, models, textures, and then phone interface. And that way I can come to here and then put this on here. Come on. Phone. And then we're going to do image texture. Am I tripping? Oh, open. Textures. No, wrong textures. There we go. Okay. Make sure we're looking at. There we go. And come down to alpha. Also use the image texture. Okay. Let me see. Invert, EQ project, A, G, scale down, put it all right here. Personally, I have published a course on Udemy 3 days ago, and now I have 1,300 students. Really? That's crazy. That's way more than I have. I wonder what those figures translate to. What kind of course did you make? I think that makes sense. Yeah, I think this looks right. There we go, like that. Okay. So let's see what this looks like in here. Models, phone. Of course, it's massive. Okay. Oops. Okay, focus in on it. It's a decent size. Cool. That's about Windows CMD for absolute beginners. Windows Command. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah. Oh man, I already have so much. On my plate now. I'm just like, oh, should I just do fucking public? You know how many times I opened Udemy, like in the last few months? How many times I've opened Udemy as with the intention to publish a course to over the past few months, is kind of silly. Like I always end up opening it, and I go through their little because they have a like a, I don't know if it's an SEO thing or not an SEO. Yeah, I guess it's kind of, it's like an analytics option they have in the dashboard for creators. So Udemy has this option where you could search keywords and see the demand for it and the supply for it. And they kind of rate it on a very sort of rudimentary little scale for both of those. And so I'm always on there kind of just like, oh, what should I, if there's something I could whip up really quick. Anyways, that's just a hot tip in case you didn't know that. So in here, I'm kind of thinking about something a little scandalous to do right now, where what I'll do is take the kid 1, right? Put him like right here. Create a camera. Let's put all this down here. Let's make create empty parent. We'll call this phone call video. Okay. And we're going to 0, 0, 0 it out. And then we're going to lift it up and push it over here. Spin it around like that. Go like this. Make it look up. And then we'll unlock this. Take the camera. Add FSM. Rotate per second in self space. Is there an action that like wobble or like shake? Game object shake. Game object motion effects. Set time, amplitude, speed, lerp, vector direction, loop. Maybe I get this. And what's game object shake? Shake amount. Is this like a positional thing? Let's get both of these. I'm just curious to see what this looks like. Yeah, the SEO system is called Marketplace Insight. Right. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool to rake in some extra cash for these courses. Game object shake. Let's see how this does. We'll loop And shake speed is 1, shake amount. Okay, let's just play it and see what happens. Soarin' Live, decolonization. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I'm trying to make this camera shake right now. Set time, shake amount, 5. Doesn't do anything. Shake speed, 5. Nothing, 5. It's not really doing anything, is it? Oh. It's weird that it does that. Exit. What if I did next, then had next send to itself? It's kind of weird. Exit on finish. And what was the other one? Motion graphics. Let's just see if it works out of the box. Does not. Memories of a Spy put on hold. It is, well, it isn't as much that I'm not working on it right now. But yeah, I took a break from Memories of a Spy for a couple months. I was working on a project with a friend that they're going to be pitching around and trying to raise some cash for. So that kind of ended up taking over. And then holidays came around and I just took a nice big break. And then in January, I was just kind of sorting out my life, like what the fuck I should do next and what I should prioritize and all that kind of stuff. But Memories of the Spy is definitely really high on that list of things that I'm prioritizing. And so I've already made up a production schedule for it with the intention to ship something by November. It's in a really good place because the last few months of 2022, I was grinding on it pretty fucking hard. And Memories of Spies is honestly looking really wild right now. There's a lot of really cool shit that I haven't shown anybody yet. That's like I've been dying to share more of. Yeah. So you can look forward to that this month actually. The game object that we're shaking is the camera. Oh, maybe I have to take the camera out of this parent. Rotation amount. I'm just surprised this doesn't work. Oh, there we go. I think it was because I put it inside of that. Does it stop when I put it inside here? No. That's weird. Wait, can I put it in here and it'll still do it? It does. That's even weirder. I don't get it. Fuck it. Whatever. Shake amount. Set time. What is this? Amount of time for shake. 0.1. Shake amount. 0.001. Sappy Rook. Well-deserved break, says Laker Mouse. Thank you. I fucking... I'm glad somebody agrees. You know, I haven't really experienced that whole thing that some people experience where it's like people are like, why aren't you working on it? Like, fucking get back to work, you know? Why haven't you finished the update and stuff like that? See, it's not doing it again. But then if I take it out of this, does it do it? It does not. This is the strangest shit. It just works sometimes. How do you make an egg roll, Sappy Rook? How do you make an egg roll? Please tell me how you make an egg roll. Oh, you know, also I didn't put the loop option. I don't get it. Why did it work sometimes? I really don't know what's... Shake time, 0.5. Shake amount, 5. Shake amount, 1. 0.01. Set time, 50. Rotation amount. Shake speed. Linear interpolation. You push it. I got another question. What lights up a soccer stadium? What's up, Rook? What lights up a soccer stadium? God, I wish this fucking game object shake worked. Nothing else controlling this, right? Loop. I mean, you guys saw that, right? It was working a moment ago. I don't understand. I don't understand. A soccer match, silly. These last two have been a little lowbrow, Sappy Rook. A little lowbrow. Google always lets you down, even with dad jokes. Are those Googled? Are you telling me you're just Googling dad jokes? Noise. What is the seed that comes out? It's a float. Okay. Perlin noise? The actual Perlin noise ranging. Oh. Leave to none for random. Okay. Perlin noise. It is a float noise. Okay. And it's only in the positive. It never goes into negative. It's kind of useless. The last two were most of the ones from the last time were from a book I have. See, that's what I always imagined it was from a book. I don't know if you've ever mentioned it, but I always thought it was from a book. Shake. What about just game object shake? Loop. I swear to God, I wish I knew what the hell game object motion effects. Use the owner. Time, let's say it's 20 seconds. Amplitude, how far the thing moves, let's say 0.5. Speed, let's say, sure, 1 second. Loop, we don't want it to X on finish. It doesn't change anything, right? I guess just gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. Currently writing my D&D campaign. Do you have any ideas that I could use steel? What do you have a base? Do you have like a starting point? Or do I just have to tell you anything from the top of my head? Noah, yo, Steven, it's Fuse. My old YouTube account got hijacked. Dude. First of all, hi. Hey, how's it going, man? But also, like, when are you, like, where does this stop? Where does it stop? Where do you draw the line? I don't know if you've ever had an account that hasn't been hijacked or hacked. Like, what's going on where all your accounts are constantly getting hacked? So the party signed up with the Adventures Guild, which is a company sort of that gets adventures together, and they go learn about the evil deeds of a duke, and then the party has to stop him. Not sure. I'm kind of stuck on this thing right now of like what a good technique for like a good wobble is. Like there was the shake. It looked like it was working great until it wasn't. If I create a 3D, let's say this cube, and then I want this to fucking work now. let's see, let's do that motion graphics one, and it loops. That should just work. Why doesn't that work? It seems like a really janky action. Yeah, this is not working. I gotta stop. I'm going crazy trying to make the same thing work over and over. No joke, my little cousin installed AnyDesk because a random dude on Discord offered him €5. €5? Shit. Oh gosh, I'm having a hard time focusing. I got really distracted by this like phone call thing. Okay, focus. Let's say I don't have any camera shake. Don't need fucking camera shake. Okay. And instead what we're gonna do is come over to materials and then create a new render texture, and this will be called the phone call render texture. Okay, and it is 2D. Yeah. And then we're gonna create a new material. Okay, and this is phone call video. Actually, I don't even think that's how that works. Is it? Yeah, I think it is. Okay, so and the render texture goes in here in the base map. Okay, so then I could come over to this phone and let's see. Over to the phone. Okay. And then it's so hard to see. There it is, right there. Okay. Cool. And then I grab this and I say, this is a new one called add the render texture, and I assign it there, and then I unhide everything and I save it and I come back here. Okay, and then I grab the phone, and then this goes here. Okay. Universal render pipeline, unlit. I think. Okay. And then this camera. Output texture. Boom. There we go. All right. That's how it got hijacked this time. Anyways, what's this game I see? Yeah, so this is just for a little game jam, the little global game jam. And I am setting up a phone call that could be made. So this camera, you can see on the phone, it's for calling your family members, saying what's up. Let's see. Oops. I should back it up, I guess. Or maybe the perspective should change. Oops. That's good enough. Position. Yeah. It's just hard to tell because it's like a blocky face. Where is it? It's like right here. Yeah. So let's just put like skin and that. Mm-hmm. There we go. Now it's like you're having a phone call with your family member. Yo, Steven, Oh, looking good. Always love phones and games. Yeah. Yo, Steven, you ever play any of the WWE 2K games? No, I haven't actually. I have not. That is the blind spot for me. I played some WWF games when I was a kid, a long time ago, but I don't think any of the modern things. Okay, so that's the phone call video. That's fine. And you're missing out. I made some absolute monsters in the character creation. Yeah. I think I've seen some videos of that. I forgot that like Monster Factory or whatever that YouTube channel is, where they make really crazy shit out of character creator options. Trying to figure out what I should do for the rest of this. So the phone, let's spin it around, and I think I'll unpack it and then add a box collider to it. Hide everything for a sec and do this. Whoop. Feeling pretty aimless, TBH. TBH, feeling a little aimless. Kind of just crossing my fingers that some of these things will come together, which I know is not the best practice. Okay, so you have the phone here, and what do we want to happen? We want it so that the kid comes home and he close some of this out. What if the kid came home and started talking to the family member? So let's just write this out. It's like, come home, talk to family member. But that's not something they can do and like take breaks from necessarily. Well, this isn't no Pop-Up Piss Cleaner Deluxe 30. That shit was such an easy premise. Your dog pees, you spray the piss to clean it up, and you write your thesis, and you have to do both of them back and forth. Easy peasy, good vibes, cool music. Just haven't been able to get back to that in a long time. You know what? I honestly, like, I'm so drained right now. I think I'm gonna hop off, guys. I think I'm gonna hop off. I need to think about some things. I think about my whole life, but mostly this game and like what I'm trying to aim for. So thanks everybody who swung by. Andres had some cool questions and some advice that was very helpful. And Bishka followed me on Twitch. Gorman Studios swung by. Frank Reynolds was here. I don't know how many of you are still here, actually. Laker Mouse, Crunchy Mind, is that what it was? Laker Mouse is still here. Thank you, Steven. Thank you. Enjoyed y'all's company very much. I can imagine I'll be hopping on again. I mean, the jam doesn't end until tomorrow, I think. I haven't been able to find any other information about, like, I don't know where I saw it, but I saw something about, like, wanting to submit early, but that might have been a different page where they were just saying it's a good idea to make the project, to register your project on the Global Game Jam site, but not necessarily that I have to submit it. So I think I'm still chill. But yeah, I kind of just need to take a break, I think. I don't have all the caffeine energy that I had yesterday where I was just grinding. I think I did 7 hours yesterday. Did 7 hours, god damn near nonstop. That was seven hours on stream. There's still a couple hours off stream too, like 9 hours. But yeah, so catch you guys on the Discord and on Twitch. Take care of yourselves, drink lots of water. Thanks for swinging by. Yeah, and stay peeped. I'm not sure if I'll necessarily put it, if I do stream again, I'll just kind of like put a little, hey, I'm doing it again in the chat. In the Discord, not necessarily links and stuff. Just because I'm like, copy pasting everywhere and clicking. I'm so lazy. All right, everybody. So I'll talk to you soon enough. All right, peace.